supposed to be about the Red Ranger learning that he can make his own independent decisions about his future, right? And at the very end, instead of deciding, you know what, damn the torpedoes, I'm going to do what's right for me, instead he said, I have this duty to go back. And, and we debated that because my opinion was that was the incorrect way to end it, and that's putting it very lightly. Because it was really a tough debate. Because we put a lot of effort into the season. I liked the season a lot, and so eventually we wrote the script, and I got a knock on my office door, and it was Jason, and he came in and said, I have to talk to you about this. I don't understand. It seems like it's completely illogical that the Red Ranger would do this. And I just said, what did I say?
You said you're right.
I'm the executive producer.
So the big boss said you're wrong.
So sometimes in creative endeavors you butt heads with other people and you don't always win. And that was something where Jackie Marchand and I, you know the name Jackie, right? She was my partner in crime there. She and I felt very strongly that Jason needed to have learned the lesson and do where he felt his heart destined him to be. But we were overruled, and eventually it became something different, which I think is, I still argue is completely wrong. You know, but that's the way it went. So the whole season built up to something different.
How would you have had it in?
Correctly.
They would get the kiss, right?
She stays in the present day. She doesn't go back.
They would get the kiss. They would get the kiss.
What's that?
They would get the kiss, right?
They would
Jennifer and Wes.
I think Rancic should have ended up with her. What the hell? You didn't get one good thing throughout the series. You should have got something.
Kidding, Scott.
Gentle.
Oh, hello.
My question for everyone except for Jessica was, I have a special question for you.
She has a special
What was your favorite moment while filming Time Force, and anything at all? And for Jessica, it was, how would you enjoy reinforcements in the future, the episode with them, basically?
Oh, yeah, them basically.
And Jessica, I'm throwing in what was your favorite moment from Wild Horse, just as a writer, that scene there.
Okay. So the question was for them first.
Yeah, them first.
That's first.
Start down there and work our way
Oh,
down.
well, my favorite was the crossover with Wild Force, and I got to work with Jessica.
Allison, good friends.
Oh. Now it's your turn.
She was fun.
Tarzan was not your favorite?
What's that?
The Tarzan
I had to dress up. You guys remember? You guys weren't there. I had to put on a loincloth.
Boring.
There was a monkey, though. Jim. And he gave a good toe sucking. That was my favorite part about being Tarzan.
I just absolutely love working with Time Force. If you were in my panel next door, then you're aware that not everybody on my cast got along. So when these new people came, I was like, I love them! Not that I didn't love the other people too, but in a different way.
What?
Go on, you.
Oh, okay, fine. I liked the double episode the best where we all got to play our fantasies out. I think that was just so much fun, and they were really cool writing it around the character I'd already created, so I had heaps of fun doing it. And I think the rest of the cast did, because everybody got to be totally stupid, including him as and his chimp.
I got to be myself, basically.
I think the chimp has more fun than any of them.
Well, I'm the same thing, movie madness. You know, doing the fight in the Buddhist temple with all the different, so much fun. Like, I will never forget that day.
Yeah, we took our time on that. I think it was made it so fun because we were under such timelines, if I remember. We had 40 episodes to get out. Depending writer's strike, right? So we actually took our time with that. We filmed Universal, and I think because a lot of us were in the same outfits all the time. I mean, I had that same button-down shirt, so we got to really do things differently. And again, we were an extended family.
So I was the only one.
Same red shirt.
Oh, me, for your season, new dubbing for sure.
Did he?
Apparently it was very entertaining.
Yeah, we did way back when I started doing the shows early on in Saban. We started a thing where we'd be sitting here and I'd take my shirt off while I was directing. When the actor wasn't looking, they'd freak out. So it looks like from their perspective, they take the shirt off the show. It looks like you're naked from that side, so it became kind of a silly thing we do to get. I try and get their mind, especially like when Jason was doing a shitty job. Take his mind off it and make him laugh. And so he turned the tables and we did a shot near the end where take a picture here. I'll show you.
Got it.
What? All the ladies are like, yes, please.
This was meant to be private, but it's okay.
Is this legal?
No.
Please don't Facebook this picture that you're about to see.
I'm not going to let it. There it is. Wow. So we would took pictures with the stands, with the music stands for their lyrics and everything. Strategically placed. So
Wait, that's just too good.
We did a thing. I mean,
you did it in the
has anyone seen Austin Powers? That one scene where every time he was seemingly naked, he would turn, something was blocking things. We did a takeoff on that, so there were shots where I was in the makeup chair. It looked like I was naked, but someone was barely covering me. We were doing ADR. So we did kind of a fun spin off of that.
And for Jessica's season,
We were next door working, by the way.
All I did was ADR.
we noticed. No. Jessica's season was. Well, the weirdest story about Jessica's season is that that's when Disney was just taking over, and so all of a sudden there was no money for anything, and they didn't. Well, the best thing when Eisner bought the company, I don't know if you know this, but so our people going to talk with them and saying, yes, Power Rangers is still outselling all your Disney toys, and Eisner goes, is that show in the air? So it's like, okay. So with the last season we're doing, there's no money. They wouldn't take a picture of the cast for a publicity picture. So you should remember, I took the picture with like a digital camera I had, and that became the picture for the cast for the whole year. And someone just put Time Force on it. So if you've seen it, that was just taken with us standing around. So I remember that was kind of sad.
Wow.
It's good we were there the year before, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad we did it without Disney.
This picture was us on the set, and he taken it from me, and then gave it them, and that became the cast picture.
Wow.
Kind of funny.
So I worked with Disney, and I can tell you that they were terrific. They were really terrific. Really terrific. I mean, they were good. They know story. There was no problem with the budget. The cast was great. The crew was excellent. It was great. It was great. New Zealand was wonderful. I have no complaints about Disney. Only compliments.
Well, I want to make sure we get everybody's questions.
Next question.
I deleted it.
All right. This one's actually specifically directed at Dan. Now, several of us know you quite well for having done roles for Virgil and Credo in Devil May Cry. My question being, do you think that it's at all funny or ironic that we ended up having 3 people from the Saban era of Power Rangers in that series?
Yeah!
Who else did it?
Who was that?
Johnny Young
Johnny Young Bosch.
He did 4. He did 4 of them.
Yeah, he did. So it's still a part of the series.
Who else? Ruben Langdon? or something?
Yeah, Ruben Langdon.
No, because we all worked with each other on that show, and Ruben called us into audition. And to be honest with you, I was just doing Eric lines. Because there's so much material. A lot of what happens in motion capture is, especially at the auditions, is that they give you 6 or 7 scenes, and there's practically no time to create a character. So I slipped into Eric Meyer expected, and I was able to tweak it a little bit later. More Virgil.
Yeah, so basically it was just Eric going through the surface of Apple.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? I have two questions. Well, my first one is, on How I Met Your Mother, you played kind of this sibling who kind of had made irrational decisions, and you were younger, you wanted to do bigger and better things, but you kind of lacked some sort of common sense. Do you have any sibling stories like that? Because I kind of related to it as a younger sibling.
Oh, you were the younger sibling?
Yeah.
So you did stuff like that too, bad choices?
Yeah.
No, I'm the older one. So I have a younger sister. She's my best friend, you guys would love her. She
It's pretty hot too.
blonde hair, green eyes. Yeah, no, we were pretty, I mean, we both made our fair, I made my fair share of bad choices. You know, Danny, no, I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, I'm totally kidding, I love her so much.
And I guess my second question is actually for Jessica. A while back, I once wrote an essay about the portrayal of race within Power Rangers, and I guess it's kind of cliche to talk about it here, but I want to get your opinion. Now, I respect you as an actress, but you portrayed a super nerdy, kind of goal-oriented martial artist Power Ranger, and you were obviously Filipino like me. I'm Filipino. I just want to know if you had any problems about it, and I guess you don't since you're here. But do you have any issues with that, and do you think I'm weird for like overthinking it?
I actually didn't think about that until you just said it. I never knew I was super nerdy. Now. It's a good thing.
I guess I'll just go.
So honestly, I hadn't thought about that.
I'm so sorry for
No, please. Totally joking.
I'm very sorry. We'll be looking for you later.
Going down the line for all of you, what's your worst or most difficult time you had doing the show?
What's the worst, most difficult, or what's the worst, most difficult time you had doing the show? I don't think
Starting with Dan, right? You can say
you want me to give nice long answers? You guys have time?
Yeah.
I need the rest.
There isn't really anything that I could say was so difficult about the show. When you look back and go, man, that was the worst ever. Running around in a loincloth wasn't too bad. But I'll tell you what, in the film and television world, Power Rangers still gets a little bit of flack because it's considered a kid's show. And I think a lot of those people didn't get to see Time Force. Time Force was a union show, recruited union towards the end. They took the time, there was a write-up in it on the newspaper, they took the time to actually hire actors with a little more experience. That's what they wrote about us. I'm not saying that's true, I'm just speaking about myself. And so I'm very proud of the work I did on the show. And no matter what anybody says, I'm proud to have worked on the show. I'm proud to have been a Power Ranger. And when I look back, when I look back on that show and all the stuff we did, man, it was so fun. I was running around like Jackie Chan and Chuck E. for a year, doing action. And you know, I remember going to, I hired a publicist. I was trying to parlay, you know, what I was doing on the show and something. I went to an event and a bunch of soap actors. And they all had their noses up in the air when we started to talk and we got to find out I was doing Power Rangers. But I thought, dude, I just jumped over a fireball, kicked about 10 putties in the head. Back then, what were the bad guys? Cyclops. I mean, you and your co-star had a freaking love triangle yesterday. So, I can't say that it was any time that I thought was the worst. I really enjoyed it. I can say that there were a lot of times I was working on other shows as a stuntman, I really didn't want to be there, but never on Power Rangers. I love doing that show. I love showing up for work. That's just my experience.
amazing experience, one of the best of my life. That's it. I don't even have any. That's it.
Oh, she's in the line. Excuse me, I'm older than you.
The worst part for me was just that everybody couldn't get along. So, other than that, it really was one of the best experiences of my life.
She got along with us though.
Yeah, I did. I loved them. I still do.
And we still love you. All right. You're up.
Worst time. It started on day 1.
Forgive us.
I went through 40 episodes till I got the house. No. My whole problem was working with these amateurs. All I wanted was one actor for one scene. Yeah. And this one. Oh, sorry. No, actually, it was a lot of fun. I mean, doing the looping with Padgett at the end there, that was a pain in the ass continuously. But he never had the words up, and every time I did it, it was from some other show. And he said, just make them big, goddammit, that's what's reading it.
Yeah, come to think of it, Change my state.
I had a ball. I mean, I came from, as you probably know, a very big acting career anyway into the show. And somebody asked me out there, why the heck, after all the stuff you had done and have done since, did you do Power Rangers? I have no idea. No, I think it all started because the first audition I did for them, there was a room full of all the people I'd ever seen on television. I'm being serious. There was all these television actors and big television actors, and I walked in and I went, what the hell am I doing here? It was just, and then I left and I actually was in Lost Wages working, and they rang up like 2 days later and said, can you come back for another audition? And I thought, why? What's the hell? You know, I thought I was the comic relief actually. So I came back and there was less of them, like these guys, there was less of them. I did the audition again, and then I left, and then a week and a half later, they called me back and they said, we want to audition you again. Now there was only 3 of us. But each time I did the same audition, I was getting bored as hell. I was like, come on guys, give me something to do. And for some weird reason, I got the part, and it was just really fun working with. The thing I loved about it was all the kids, as I love to call them, in the show, including Wild Horse and everybody else, was so enthusiastic. And when they got on the set with you, if you could act, they wanted to make you look really bad. And they would go out of their way to prove that they were better than you were. And that was what was so much fun. It was just great people because they were all just so gung-ho. The first time I met this young lady who has become one of my best friends, had come to my house. I love her and her family. She came running across the path. I walked onto the set for the first day. She came running up, leapt into my arms, put her arms around my neck and said, who are you? And I went, I'm Rancic, I'd kill your boyfriend. She said, I hate you. Walked away and I thought, this is weird. This could be the weirdest set I've ever been on in my life. But it was great. No, seriously, everybody, as you can see from this, we had a ball.
Yeah, we were in love. We were a family. Still our family.
You know, I guess to piggyback on all that, because my experience was the same. I mean, it would never work for me. I mean, never would say what time to be at work, it's not work, it's play. It became a extended family. I heard of stories from previous and years after that it wasn't as much, I guess there wasn't as much togetherness as we had. So we had such a great time. The thing that I love about it is years later, any kind of conflict I've ever had, I tell people I've got an action figure, come back and talk to me and you do.
You guys are definitely the huggiest cast. Aaron's the best hugger in the history of the world. Got me in trouble if you guys let hug actors after that one. Who's that? Oh, Aaron.
I do have to say, we did have some great moments. Like, we were such family our season. We would literally fall asleep in each other's dressing rooms, or, you know, we would play jokes on each other. Didn't you whoopee cushion me once?
Now that was just you, Aaron.
That's craft services.
We did. We just had, I mean, we were an actual family. What's the word? We got together the first episode. I know, it's really, we got together the morning of, the first episode, Saturday morning at whatever, 8 or 9 a.m. That is weird. And we all got together in our pajamas at your place and watched the episode together.
Oh, that's right.
I'll never forget that.
I wasn't there.
You were
You didn't invite the guys. Can't make it.
We weren't there.
I wasn't there.
I do have one moment in the whole series that I didn't have a good time. My dressing room was that big. My toilet was that big. My shoulder pads were that big. It took 3.5 hours and 4 techies to get me out. I didn't like it a lot. I got jammed in the toilet. The deer.
Oh, yeah.
Katie.
Oh, yeah.
Katie was down in Colorado and married with me.
Oh, really? I thought
I was-
in San Diego.
I was in, speaking of the dressing rooms, I was in the dressing room, and we were in these trailers, so sometimes we'd share these units that were split down the middle by a partition. They folded out. And I hear all this, oh, God, oh, oh man, you knock! Jason, wardrobe girl, open the door, I'm on the toilet! I can't move, I'm stuck!
Now you know what it was like.
That's probably the worst of it, those rooms are kind of small and not very crowded.
No.